Let's talk to my guest now, Caitlin Sutherland. She's executive director at the American for Public Trust, and the ACLU funds Stop the ban, and they can't do that. So we're going to talk about it. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, there are some rules on who can give you money to get mad about something and protest it. There are a few rules. You can't be just anybody.
That's right. Missouri has a law that says if you are a foreign national, a foreign entity, a foreign government, you can't give to a group that spends in Missouri ballot measure campaigns. It seems pretty simple, right? Foreign nationals shouldn't have a say in what Missourians are or are not doing. But what we have found is that the ACLU Foundation, which has received millions in foreign funding, has turned around and they're spending in Missouri as we speak. We think that is a violation of Missouri's ban on direct and indirect foreign funding of ballot measure campaigns. So we have filed a complaint so the state can take action.
Good. And because, Catherine Hanaway is going to be on it like flies on what flies like, because she hates this kind of stuff. She cannot stand it when people think they're above the law. And the ACLU really does think that.
Absolutely. I mean, the law is so simple. And in plain language, these ballot measure committees must say that they are free of foreign funding. It's on the form. You cannot miss it. But yet, the ACLU Foundation, after accepting millions in foreign funding, turned around and in defiance of the law, are still spending in Missouri. They have sent $2.5 million into Missouri just this year. But that's why we filed a complaint, because, yes, the Attorney General needs to step in, which we have full confidence that she will, and stop this foreign spending before the ACLU Foundation or any other foreign-funded group spends in Missouri this year.
So why are they even interested? They just want the money. They don't actually care what it comes from. I think that's the bottom line, is they want the money to fund what they want to fight.
I think that's a great question. We have seen that foreign nationals and foreign entities are actually spending in politics and policy fights across the United States. The issue of foreign interference in our politics is unfortunately not just unique to Missouri. It is happening all across the country, where we have seen that foreign nationals are hell-bent on getting their agenda across the finish line in the United States. Why they're doing it? Well, they want to implement their extremist agenda. And yes, groups that are in Missouri and in other states are willing to take this foreign money if that means that they are able to get their agenda across the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's what we have here with Stop the Ban. They're organized in Missouri. They just launched last week, and they're fundraising. That is fine to do that, but any money that they are raising and then spending in Missouri must come from U.S. citizens only.
Yeah. I mean, no brainer, right?
Yeah, it's common sense. If you want to raise and spend money, if you want to support or oppose a ballot measure campaign, that's fine. I don't think anyone's going to stop you. It is such a simple law that says if you are going to participate in a Missouri ballot measure committee, you must be free of foreign funds. Mm-hmm. It must only come from U.S. citizens. It's really simple. Only U.S. citizens can vote in Missouri elections, so only U.S. citizens should be able to influence these important issues in Missouri.
I really don't feel it's any different than letting foreigners vote. I think it's almost the exact same thing. It's an influence above and beyond a vote. It's helping to push an agenda. So I really feel like it's like they're getting to vote.
Absolutely. You've highlighted one of the many foreign influence loopholes on the books where foreign nationals, they're not allowed to vote. They're also not allowed to give to candidates directly, but they are in many states able to fund these ballot measure campaigns. Legislative leaders in Missouri were made aware of this loophole last year. They thought, whoa, wait a second. Foreign nationals can't give to candidates, but they can give to ballot measure committees. Obviously, that defies logic, as you agree.
Yeah.
And they stepped up and they said, no, we are closing this loophole once and for all. foreign money has no place in our elections. It also has no place in our ballot measure campaigns. So the governor signed that law last year. It went into effect in August. So it really hasn't been on the books for that long. But here we have the ACLU Foundation and Stop the Ban seemingly sidestepping Missouri's common sense and new law. And that's why we've stepped in and filed a complaint to make sure that the foreign money stops flowing into Missouri once and for all.
Okay, so when we say flowing into Missouri, are they pushing their ads already? I mean, have we shut the ads down? Were they ever able to get on the air? What happened?
So right now, Stop the Ban is registered in Missouri as a ballot measure campaign, and just last week, they announced that they are kicking off their campaign to defeat an amendment on Missouri's ballot that's going to protect life in Missouri. This is a pro-abortion group, and they are already receiving money from the ACLU Foundation and other sources trying to defeat this ballot measure in the fall. The ads have not started just yet, but I expect that we will see that soon. You know what campaign season is like. You're about to get mailers. You're about to see yard signs. So when you're driving across Missouri and you see the sign that says Stop the Ban, you must know that in part that is paid for by foreign funds.
You know, here's what's funny to me. Most people don't even pay attention to this sort of thing. They don't pay any attention whatsoever to who's funding what. They just see, like, if they want abortion, then they look for the word abortion. They don't look at any of the words around it. They just see that one word and they vote yes or no, or however they feel about it. Every one of those sorts of ballot measures should have to say who funds it at the bottom, and not just the ACLU. It should have to say who funded it so that they know what the driving factor is behind it. And I know the ballots are long enough the way they are and kind of confusing, but this would make a difference in how some people vote if they knew it was funded this way, because we haven't paid a whole lot of attention to this before.
No, absolutely. And, you know, I understand the noise that we hear during campaign season and the competing messaging. It can get so overwhelming as a voter. And that is why it is so important that none of those campaigns or policy fights are paid for in part with foreign dollars. You're absolutely right. There is nothing more important than the integrity at the ballot box. So when folks go in on primary day or for the general election, they need to know with utmost certainty that foreign funds are not influencing what is on the ballot. It's obviously so important, and that's why we have filed this complaint, and we are really hopeful that the Attorney General will launch an investigation here soon.
She will. Catherine Hanaway's not going to put up with this crap. She's just not. She is my pit bull friend. I love her. She is large and in charge and ready to just go after this kind of stupid crap. She's not going to let it happen. But you know what? Stop the mailers, everybody, because I literally throw them in the garbage. I go straight from the mailbox to the recycling bin. Don't even look at them. Don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent. The mailers are recycling. You're killing trees. Environmentalists should really start a campaign to stop the mailers. And I know that it helps the post office, but it's stupid. Nobody looks at them. Just saying.
Absolutely. And go one step further, no mailers even paid for with foreign funds.
Yeah, especially those. And actually, it's kind of funny that they're paying for those because nobody's looking at them. Makes it even better. All right, so somebody just said, what the heck is Stop the Ban? All right, so Stop the Ban is basically them trying to just get things passed in Missouri, like, I don't know, mailing abortion pills from other places, things like that. They don't want you to stop them from supporting those kinds of propositions being on the ballot, or for even running advertisements in support of those sorts of things. I just pulled that out of my butt as an example. But it could be any sort of proposition that ends up on the ballot. It cannot be foreign funded because it's against the law in Missouri.
Yes, absolutely. So Stop the Ban is, they are working to stop the ban on any sort of anti-abortion measures. Specifically, right now, they have organized to oppose Amendment 3. That'll be on the ballot this fall. So they are working and encouraging individuals in Missouri to vote no on Amendment 3. Again, what's unique about that is we have foreign funding coming into Missouri and urging people how to vote on a specific issue. We obviously think that's wrong, and that's why we filed a complaint, and we really look forward to putting an end to this foreign money in Missouri.
Yeah, and let's get specific. Abortion is wrong. So we could go there, too, if we wanted to. And I'm not giving them a dime. I'm just not going to vote for it. But a lot of people will see the word abortion, they'll vote for it just because they like to kill babies because they think they're inconvenient instead of a person, and that's sad. Caitlin Sutherland is executive director at the Americans for Public Trust. Want to make sure I got it right. Sorry, Caitlin. The ACLU funding stopped the ban, and you got to ask yourself why. Why would they want to do? The American Civil Liberties Union wants to stop the ban on abortions. Why? Do babies not have civil liberties? Do they not? They're little people. Ugh, it's gross. Caitlin, where can they go to learn more?
Well, you can see our complaint that we filed in Missouri at americansforpublictrust.org. We're also on X at apublictrust.
Good. And have you heard anything back from Hanaway's office yet?
No, not yet, but because she has been such a leader on this issue, and they've actually created a portal on their website for anyone to submit complaints of foreign funding in ballot measure campaigns, we know that this will be taken care of.
All righty. Yay, Caitlin! Thank you for being on the show today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.